So this is the vlog number 59, and I decided something like do half an hour recordings, but I'll try to do it every evening. This way I won't spend too much time on recording my videos in English, but I will have enough practice to speak English to myself the way you usually do reports after work to your management in English when you work and some department for the company with the headquarters somewhere in America, for example. And I decided to start my videos with the reading of some of my poems. Right now I have lots of new poems, so I'll try to read one poem a time in the beginning of each video, and when I finish all the poems, I'll just continue to read again the poems that I like the most. And today is the new poem about this is the translation from the kids from the children. This is the translation of the children's song from the Soviet cartoon Трям здравствуйте. And the translation sounds like this. I hope I will read it to the music that sounds in my head from the first time. Okay, let's go. Passing by the white apple of the moon, passing by the red apple of the sunset, the white clouds come and then fly forward soon, not depending on any circumstances. Once more, passing by the white apple of the moon, passing by the red apple of the sunset, the white clouds come and then fly forward soon, not depending on any circumstances. The white clouds, you're the little white man horses. The white clouds, please don't turn away your noses. From those heights, please don't look down at us on the ground, but you'd better take us for the ride, the white clouds. We'll rush there, where the night sky starts to pale, passing by all the stars above the desert. Then we'll catch every comet by the tail, and weave them in the garland all together. The white clouds, you're the little white man horses. The white clouds, please don't turn away your noses. From those heights, please don't look down at us on the ground, but you'd better take us for the ride, the white clouds. So, this is the whole song. It's quite short, but it's quite difficult to pronounce in English because the lines are quite long. And the words that I used to maybe in Russian this text is quite difficult for foreigners as well, but I compare everything to my best, and my first translation, Wait for Me to Come to You, which was very simple and very strong. So, what I decided to talk about during these sessions, first, I started with describing the movies and the animes and my opinion about this stuff. Then I shifted my topics, my interests, to something more serious, like kind of psychology, some popular knowledge, and then I tried to find the vocabulary that I can learn, the new vocabulary, something like academic vocabulary, specific vocabulary. And well, I finished with finding the textbooks that cover about 15 lessons with 10 words in each lesson on one particular topic, like law, cooking, nursing, and I decided to go with that. So I spent the whole last week translating the words for the law vocabulary that were used in this textbook about law. It was really impressive experiment, because I didn't try to translate so many words from the text maybe for the last 5 or 10 years. Yeah, because I didn't know any specific words for law, so I just needed to translate any word in the dictionary. It was too difficult for me to translate 150 words, and I didn't just take the first translation for the word. I chose the translation, the Russian translation, from all the possible translations for the particular word, which was the most suitable in the context of the small text that was given for this particular lesson and where all these words were used. So it really was a hard work of finding the meaning from my Russian meaning, or just for my collection of notes that are expressed in Russian, because well, I created this collection of notes while I thought and spoke in Russian, so I have them in Russian. And to add like another notion in English for this particular, another word in English for this particular notion, I needed to find, discover the necessary notion in Russian. And it was kind of difficult. It was like I read the word in different sentences, in different contexts in English, and I tried to get from my mind, from my memory, the right Russian equivalent for this particular word. But this process, which is recommended for me by my tutor, by my friends, is quite difficult. Maybe not very difficult, it's not very difficult, but it's really time consuming, and because I don't have enough time, I needed something quicker, and this quicker thing was to choose the English word from the collection, to choose the Russian word from the collection of Russian words in the dictionary. It's easier than trying to get the word from my mind, but it's quicker. But anyway, it's really hard work, because my brain works really hard trying to figure out which translation is the best, which Russian word shows the meaning of this English word in the best way. My brain really worked so hard, so I spent the whole week on this process, and after just after translating 10 words for each text, I felt really tired. And though I have all these words on the paper, let's say, I can't get them. I couldn't get them at once. So when I read the same texts without translations, for some words I can't find the right translations from my mind, even though I translated these words, because these particular notions are very difficult. So my brain needs to create this connection between Russian word, the original idea, the notion, and the new English word. So I took the cooking textbook, the textbook about the cooking, and I read through almost all the words in all 15 lessons, and it was really easy for me comparing to the law topic, because for the cooking stuff I knew the words itself, or I knew the translation of the words or the meaning of these words. No, the idea is when I understand the meaning of the word, I can find the right translation in Russian for this word in the context. Or maybe I can find, and then I can give the right English word for this particular Russian word in the context. Yeah, but for cooking I knew most of the words because I was interested in this vocabulary, but I never translated in it or learned it by heart. I just somehow knew that these particular words, like actions for cooking, grind something, grate, then spatula, all this stuff. I don't know the right meaning behind these words, but I know that there are some actions or some utensil for working in the kitchen. And at least knowing these words and their pronunciations makes for me much easier to learn the stuff. So it's like, it was so difficult for me to walk through all the law words that I thought that I couldn't learn this new vocabulary from these books. But with cooking it's really easy, and I think with many other topics like nursing, and maybe engineering, it will be quite easier for me because I am kind of familiar with these topics. So it's almost 13 minutes, so I talked the half of the video and I have only 15 minutes to go. That was a good practice for me for the evening. I can describe everything I want, so right now I can describe the current movie I watch in the evening and in the evenings, and this is the Deadpool and Wolverine, which is the third movie in this franchise of Deadpool, and it appeared in quite a good quality, though it was screened filmed from the screen of the cinema, but the quality is quite alright to watch it, and the audio sound is quite alright to understand all the words. And I like it quite much. It's a Disney movie. They have no much blood, well, there is blood because Deadpool can't be Deadpool without any blood, but it's like with the Spider-Man 2 of 2004 or maybe 5, when this Dr. Octopus he created these metal tentacles, and they started to control his mind, and then he killed the doctors. Maybe these doctors performed the operation on him to, or maybe they were his assistant. They were his assistants during this particular operation that he performed using these tentacles, I think. Anyway, artificial arms and legs. And when he killed them, he cut off these tentacles, cut off the doctor's arms and legs, because this is a superhero movie. This was a superhero movie, and it was oriented for kids and for teens, for teenagers. So the camera showed the cut off hands and legs, the cut hands and legs, but there was no blood around them, like there was no blood, they were the parts of the Lego constructor. Yeah, you can break off, cut, I don't know, break out, you can tear apart this Lego man, and then you will have legs and arms and the body and the head separated, but there won't be any blood because this is just a Lego man. So in superhero movies, they usually show the body parts in this manner without any blood, and with Deadpool there was not much blood either. But in this particular third movie, there were some moments. The first scene when Deadpool killed lots of soldiers with the metal bones of the Wolverines, of dead Wolverine's skeleton. And then there was quite a bloody moment when that woman, I think the sister of Xavier, she take off the skin from the lantern guy, yeah, and it's for the moment only body, only bones and meat, muscles stayed represented in his body, and then all this with organs and with these elements fell to the ground. That was quite meaty moment, but without much blood. And when Deadpool fought with Wolverine 2 times for now, they shot each other or pierce each other with the swords or the metal claws, and there was no really blood dripping on the ground when the way usually zombie movies are shown with the sorts of blood and stuff. So I watched this right now. I watched an hour and I think 10 minutes of the whole 2 hours and 10 minutes run, and it's quite cool. I think that the plot is quite simple, very simple. It's kind of interesting how they change, how they meet different characters, and they move forward very quickly. Like Wolverine killed Lynx or something in one shot, so it was very short scene. And the moment with the Lantern Man was quite short, maybe 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes. In any case, the benefit, the strong side of all Deadpool movies is his talking. He talks non-stop, and I should say that it's quite difficult to understand him for me right now, but it's like with that riddle, yeah, when I don't know, maybe during the World War the First, yeah, they put into use during the World War One or the First World War. They started to use these metal helmets, yeah, and then the number of injuries increased dramatically. Why? And the answer is, with before they started to use these helmets, all the people just died, but with the helmets, people didn't die, but they got the injuries. So the deaths changed into the injuries. In this particular question, they left out some information like the number of injuries increased dramatically, but the number of deaths decreased dramatically. Yeah, and the same with me. It was really hard. It is really hard for me to understand Deadpool when he talks so quick. Actually, maybe sometimes I understand only 50% of what he's saying or 75% of all his speeches, but this is thanks to my current level of English, and maybe 10 years ago I couldn't understand his talking I couldn't understand his talking at all. So for me it's like it is really hard for me to understand, but I can understand it. And 10 years ago it wasn't so hard for me to understand. I just didn't understand at all what Deadpool was talking about in English. So it's 23 minutes and I have 7 minutes to go. Yeah, there are some quite interesting jokes that I could understand, or I could recall because they were like Easter eggs. For example, this famous moment when Deadpool said wait, and he reached his he moved his hand up into the air. This moment refers to the first movie, to the beginning of the first movie, when he was in the same car. Oh, not the car, but somehow in the same setting, when lots of bad guys came to him and he was behind something that protected him from all these bad guys, and he moved up his hand, said wait, and then he told this famous line, like, do you know why I have why my suit is red? So that when I am shot, my blood was not visible on my suit. Do you see this guy in his brown trousers? You understand the idea, right? You get the idea, right? Yeah. So, yeah, and in the third movie, in the beginning, he was behind the pile of some firewood, and he said, "Wait!" But he didn't continue this line, but everyone understood the reference. That's why the people watched the first two movies, so before going to the third, so that they could understand all the references from this third movie to this first movies. I wanted to say aloud some lines from other movies that I learned by heart, like the last line that I learned is about from the Big Bang Theory, when Sheldon came to Penny and said, "Penny, I need your opinion on a matter of semiotics." Penny, semiotics? Sheldon, Penny, what? Sheldon, semiotics, the study of signs and symbols. This is a branch of philosophy related to linguistics. Penny, Sheldon, sweetie, I know you think you're explaining yourself, but you're really not. Well, I like this phrase very much. I think you think you're explaining yourself, but you're really not. And this line is from the first season of the Big Bang Theory, and because I watched all this stuff in English, I got this line maybe in the beginning or maybe later when I rewatched the first 3 seasons, because I like them the most, or just most. So I have this I have the idea of this line in my mind for during all these 10 years, but only now I decided to learn the full quotation, the exact quotation. Okay, and another line from The Matrix when, Neo just learned Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu, Morpheus, show me. And they moved to this training program. Morpheus, this is a sparring program similar to the programmed reality of The Matrix. It has the same basic rules like gravity. What you must learn is that these rules are no different than the rules of the computer program. Some of them can be bent, others can be broken. Understand? Understand? Neo. Then Morpheus, then hit me if you can. They fight, then and Morpheus fights better. They pause. Morpheus. Good. Adaptation, improvisation. Your weakness is not your technique, and they continue to fight. Again, they pause. No, this time Morpheus beats Neo. He says, "How did I beat you?" Neo, "You're too fast." Morpheus, "Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? Do you think that's the air you're breathing now?" Again, and they continue to fight. And through some pauses, Morpheus said, "What are you waiting for? You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are. Don't stop trying to hit me and hit me." And when Neo started to fight faster than Morpheus, and he kind of defeated Morpheus, Neo said, I know what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do? I know what you're trying to do, Morpheus. I'm only trying to free your mind, Neo. But I'm only trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can no. I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it. Okay. So this is the end of this particular scene from The Matrix, and I have more than 30 minutes of recording, and that's all for today. If I will do these small recordings every evening, I will have the chance to do this every evening, not just like an hour after work and then 2 or 3 or the whole week without any recordings. So this is the end of the 59th video, and bye.